So the next product we created was the Aeros Loop Studio, which is a hybrid of a loop pedal and a DAW. And that allows you to see the music that you're recording in a nice UX interface. You could watch the waveforms on the screen
This
cycle.
is awesome,
But
man.
yeah, thank you. But that wasn't the only improvement we did. We also, most other loopers, you have a choice of between parallel or sequential looping. And that means
Okay.
parallel looping is making loops that play at the same time. And the
Right.
advantage of parallel looping is that you could have like one loop that's like 1 measure long and the other loop is 4 measures long. And,
Right.
a third loop could be 8 measures
Yeah.
long. And so you could have these loops of different lengths all synced up to each other. And then, of course, you could turn one loop off, keep the other loop on. So you could bring music in and out. But the other is sequential looping, meaning like going from like verse to chorus. You have your loop that's playing in this part of the song, and then
Yeah.
that turns off and another loop plays for another part of the song. And every other looper that was out there at the time only gave you the option, if they gave you any options at all. I mean, a lot of loopers just have a single loop and that's it. The inexpensive loopers are just single loop loopers.
Right.
So you're kind of limited with that. But even the expensive multi-track loopers had to do a setting. You could either do parallel or you could do sequential looping. You couldn't do both at the same time. So we realized, with this screen, we have a lot more capability and a lot more flexibility to design how it works, and a lot more flexibility of showing the musician what's happening. You don't have to
Right.
imagine it in your head because you actually have the visual feedback. So we were able to design a system where you have both parallel and sequential at the same time. So the Aeros Loop Studio has up to 6 parallel tracks in each of 6 separate song parts. So you could have your verse have 6 tracks, your chorus have 6 tracks, the bridge have 6 tracks, and they
Wow.
could all be, and you can mix and match them too. You could have like one track that keeps going in every song part and just the others change. So we built a huge amount of flexibility into the Aeros to really just take looping to a whole new level. And of course, it's got MIDI syncs, so you can sync it to the BeatBuddy, and you could also control the Aeros with the MIDI Maestro, and which gives it a whole bunch of new capabilities. You could do cool effects like reverse the track and make it play backwards. You could have things fade in, fade out. The Aeros also has this big wheel on it that you could roll with your foot, and that allows you to do live mixing. So you could like fade certain tracks out or adjust the relative levels of different tracks that you're recording live on stage without even, taking your hands off your instrument. So that's our most recent, I would say, our flagship product currently.